Hey everybody, welcome to NoDQ&A video here on NoDQ.com, and we got plenty of questions to answer, so let's get right down to them. Hey Aaron, I love the show. I wanted to ask you if you think Alberto Del Rio would lose at Night of Champions. The whole purpose of Alberto winning the WWE title in the first place was so he could headline the Tour of Mexico coming up next month as the WWE Champion. So for him to lose at Night of Champions would make absolutely no sense. What I think is going to happen is they'll do some kind of screwy finish, so Cena will get his rematch at Hell in a Cell against Alberto Del Rio. That's what I think is going to happen. If WWE Network is wrestling all the time, as it should be, would they show reruns of the previous Raw or SmackDown? Well, yeah, logic would tell you that they would show reruns, and they're going to need to fill up some space. And yeah, I don't see why they would not do that, but you know, we'll see. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Hey Aaron, love no DQ, keep it up please. My question is, after Undertaker retires, do you see WWE creating a new Phenom type character to fill the void? Okay, there's only one Undertaker. There's no point in trying to replicate that character. Undertaker was one of a kind. What WWE needs to do is come up with some kind of new character that can draw in fans for many years to come. But trying to make a character like The Undertaker is just not going to work. What are your thoughts on China doing porn? Ooh, well, I did watch the China video, but only for journalistic purposes, I swear. And I actually had the distinction of being in China's house to see the set from her movie. And, ooh, now I have nightmares, but, yeah. What can you do? Gotta make money. Hey Aaron, wanted your thoughts on the fact that CM Punk's promo in Reign as champion was supposed to mark a significant change in the WWE landscape. Yet here we are a month later and Cena is still in the title picture while Punk is essentially mid-card. Well, if you've been watching the TV, when Raw comes on the air, what is the big video package? What's the opening segment of Raw? It's CM Punk and Triple H. To me, that's the top priority in WWE right now. The Cena Alberto Del Rio is actually kind of like secondary right now. So yeah, Punk is still a focal point. And but yeah, I mean, you could make that argument about, is there really change? John Cena's still winning. You know, the match on Raw this past week with the 8-man tag, and it was so predictable. I mean, you could tell right away that it's going to end with Cena, the odds against him, and then he makes his comeback and beats everybody. So, yeah, not a whole lot has changed. And what is this change that CM Punk keeps talking about? He doesn't really, get specific about it. So, yeah, we'll see if there actually is any real change. But as we all know, Vince McMahon is still around behind the scenes. So, just because they say there's change on TV doesn't really mean there's change. With the recent Undertaker pictures, the ones of him bald, could you see WWE possibly having Taker go out as Mean Mark? Or do you think they will continue with the weakening Undertaker story? Sorry so long, love the show, and liking the Cat Diaries. Well, thank you for checking out the Cat Diaries. You all can check it out, youtube.com/theCatDiaries. But anyways, back to the question. As far as Undertaker goes, I think they're going to have him go out be really strong. They could kind of tease that he's getting weaker, and maybe that way people can believe that he can get beaten. But I'd rather see them continue to push him as really strong and push somebody else as really strong, like a Mick Foley or CM Punk or whoever ends up facing Undertaker. Push that guy to the moon, make that guy seem like he is number one and that he could beat Undertaker. That's the way I think it should go. I'd rather not see a situation where it's all about Undertaker being weak and that some guy who's not really that good can just capitalize on a weak Undertaker. I'd rather be, the immovable force, meaning the whatever. I don't even know the phrase. The irresistible force, there you go, meaning the immovable object. I need to catch up on WrestleMania 3 and watch it some more. Hey Aaron, do you think Yoshi Tatsu's new gimmick will work out for him? I hope so. I mean, I think it's a good idea that what they're doing right now is they're testing him out with a mask. I think it's a good idea. I think that if something's not working and a guy's not getting over, you need to try something different. You need to experiment and repackage the guy. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, but it's definitely worth trying. Hey Aaron, what would be your favorite all-time theme song for a wrestler, and what is your current favorite theme song? Well, I think my all-time favorite would either be Hogan's, The Real American, or Steve Austin with the glass shattering. But right now, my current favorite theme song would be CM Punk. You know, that's the theme song that's getting everybody talking right now, and Cult of Personality. I think that has a good shot right now. Front runner for winning the No DQ Year-End Award for Theme Song of the Year. We'll see what happens there, but yeah, I'm not sure if anything's going to be able to beat that. We'll see. What's the funniest skit you have ever seen in the WWE? For me, it was DX when they did their skit on The Nation. Jason Sensation is Owen Hart. That was epic. Never laughed so much. I heard that Owen found it funny too. What was your favorite WWE skit? That's definitely at the top of the list. All the stuff with Vince McMahon and Steve Austin and Kurt Angle in 2001, right around the time the invasion was starting, with the presents and the hats and all that stuff and the guitar playing, and the Rock segments with Mick Foley and the Rock segments with Hurricane, and the Rock doing the whole deal in Sacramento, the Rock concert and burying Sacramento. Just all that stuff would be at the top of my list for sure. Why does WWE always pick up WWE castoffs instead of scouting their own talent? Such as examples are the Pope, Mickey James, and Mr. Anderson. It's because, quite frankly, TNA doesn't know how to market their own guys and create their own stars, and that's a serious problem. And we've been talking about this for years with TNA, that they really need to focus on making their own stars and their own homegrown talent. And at the end of the day, the guys that get all the TV time and the pushes are the WWE castoffs. I mean, it's one thing if you use those old WWE guys to help elevate new guys, but TNA doesn't really do that. And they need to get new people in there, hire some new people. But to hire new people, you have to fire some people. And there's some people that TNA won't fire for whatever reason. And we know who we're talking about here. You know, Vince Russo and some of those other guys. Hey Aaron, do you think that if Goldberg had signed with WWE instead of WCW, he would have had the same kind of push? Do you think he would have been undefeated for so long? If so, do you think he would have ever faced Undertaker at WrestleMania? If he went to WWE first instead of WCW, there probably would be no Goldberg. Because WWE has this mentality that the guy coming in, the new guy, unexperienced, has to pay his dues first before they give him a push. You know, they're not going to invest in him until they know that, you know, he's dedicated to the company and whatnot. Now with Goldberg, it was a different situation. They just put him on TV and just gave him wins and it just caught on. But something like that would probably never happen in WWE, even in the 90s. And yeah, I mean, Goldberg and Undertaker would have been a great match if they brought in Goldberg for just a brief period of time and built him up with a new streak and then had him go against Undertaker's streak, but it just never came to be. Actually, would have been a great thing for WrestleMania in Atlanta, but some things are just not meant to be. All right, that about does it for No DQ&A video. You can leave a comment at youtube.com/NoDQCAW. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree with what I had to say today? And please subscribe. Please spread the word to your friends. Anybody you know that watches wrestling, have them check out No DQ&A video. And with that, we'll see you next time.